So I don't know if hell froze over or what's going on, but YouTube finally listened to us for once. So a few days ago, I made a video about YouTube doing a sneaky AI experiment where they were adding AI to YouTube Shorts and trying to make them look more clear, trying to make the details in the shirt of the person talking more ironed out, trying to make it so their skin looks a little bit more polished, almost like plastic. And obviously content creators took huge issue with this. They were talking about how YouTube is adding AI to people's videos without even asking them. They're talking about how YouTube doesn't even have an opt-out option for this feature. And a lot of people were speculating that YouTube is just doing this so the videos look more uniform. So the YouTube shorts all kind of look the same. And so it kind of is like YouTube's trademark of, hey, look, you know this short is from YouTube because of how polished and plastic it looks. Well, I don't know what happened to YouTube. I don't know if they just had a good night's sleep or something, but they actually decided to listen. So they're now going to be adding an opt-out option to the whole AI shorts YouTube editing thing, as confirmed by this YouTube employee right over here. So there was somebody on Twitter talking about how YouTube is applying post-processing to all shorts so they look more like AI. When their generative AI shorts feature launches, users will be less likely to be able to discern what's AI slop and what's not, and the audience will think AI video is just as good. Another point that I would add is commenters will also likely think that the YouTubers themselves are adding the AI to the video, which will result in the YouTubers getting hate. So somebody tweeted at a YouTube employee and said, "Is this true? YouTube upscaling our shorts? If this isn't true, can you provide why it is misinformation?" They replied and said, "No Gen AI, no upscaling. We're running an experiment on select YouTube shorts that uses traditional machine learning technology to unblur, denoise, and improve clarity in videos during processing, similar to what a modern smartphone does when you record a video." I've said this before in my other video, this sounds like AI to me, but you know, I'm not an expert on the issue. YouTube is always working on ways to provide the best video quality and experience possible, and will continue to take creator and viewer feedback into consideration as we iterate and improve on these features. Somebody replied and said, "No Gen AI upscaling," to "Actually, we do use machine learning to alter the image and boost clarity," not even a full sentence later. "You should be ashamed of yourself, not just for the use of Gen AI, but for what a shitty, sloppy job you did lying about it." So he replied and said, "Hi, here's some additional context." In this other tweet, he says, "Hi, I'm a tech nerd and I try to be precise about the terminology I use. Gen AI typically refers to technologies like transformers and large language models, which are relatively new. Upscaling typically refers to taking one resolution and making it look good at a higher resolution. This isn't using Gen AI or doing any upscaling. It's using the kind of machine learning you experience with computational photography on smartphones, for example, and it's not changing the resolution, and sincerely appreciate the feedback." This original person says, "It's still AI, it walks and sounds like a duck, and I was told the difference is that this is a goose. I couldn't care less about the technical differences. It's dishonest, and I don't want my content being used for this machine learning that will evidently be used by YouTube to make money off mine and others' content for its own financial benefit." That is a lot of words to say. Yes, we are still using artificial intelligence to alter the appearance of a video without the creator's knowledge or consent. Yeah, it feels like it was kind of like a semantic argument of like, oh, it's not Gen AI, it's like machine learning or whatever, but I'm pretty sure that's still AI. I'm not an expert on the issue, like I said before, but I've still seen thousands of people who are experienced in AI saying, "No, buddy, this is still AI." But anyways, the good news, this guy did make another tweet saying, "Creators, we've heard your feedback on YouTube's deblurring and denoising shorts. There's a lot of good stuff coming in that pipeline, to be honest, but if it's not for you, we're working on an opt-out. Stay tuned." So before I be a douchebag and lay out a few extra criticisms, I do just want to say one thing. Thank you for actually listening. At the end of the day, you guys always say, "We're hearing your feedback. We're listening to your feedback. We hear what you guys have to say," and then they don't actually change anything. But this time they actually did, so good on them. One thing I will say though, and this is what I said in my last video about it too, is it would be great if there could be some sort of transparency between you guys and the YouTube community. If you could have just asked and said, "Hey, we're running this experiment where we're trying to upscale the quality of your YouTube shorts. Would you like us to do that? Yes or no?" Give us the option not only to opt out, but to opt in. The difference is with opting out, you already made the change to my YouTube short, and then I have to find out and then opt out of it later, when in reality, before you even made the change to my YouTube short, you should have asked me and all the other YouTubers out there, "Hey, we're going to be making this change. Are you okay with this? Do you want this change?" This was a point I made a few days ago in my video, and it seems like a lot of people agree with this. Opt-out isn't good enough. This is the sort of thing that should be opt-in. It shouldn't be up to creators to play whack-a-mole with the new AI features they didn't ask for. Exactly. And this was another thing that I had suggested in my video. They should also let the viewers know, hey, AI has been used to upscale this video. Like for example, over here, if this video looks extra sharp, maybe in the description somewhere, or maybe somewhere in like the comments, it can say this video has been upscaled using AI or something like that. Just create some transparency between you guys and the community. That way the community won't be so upset when you guys just make some sort of random decision on our behalf without asking us. Now, I don't want this to be a super negative video. I do want to give YouTube their props where there is. Yes, they could have handled the situation better, but at least they're working on an opt-out option. I mean, I'll just take our wins where we can with YouTube, because like I said, YouTube usually just makes a decision and they're just like, "Oh, you guys don't like it? Well, well, whatever. For example, with the whole ID verification thing, we all hate this shit, but at the end of the day, YouTube's logic will be, oh, we're just doing this to try to get ahead of some of the laws that might be passed in the country. Okay, well, what about the most unpopular decision in the history of your website, removing dislikes? How come you guys didn't take the user's feedback or say, we hear you when it came to dislikes? You guys just removed that shit, got millions of people saying they hate it, and you guys never ever brought it back. And I bring this up to say that I'm used to YouTube just looking at the things that we dislike, no pun intended, and saying, oh, you know, whatever, you're just gonna have to deal with it. So even if this wasn't handled perfectly, at least they are gonna be adding an opt-out option. Let's take our W's while we can get them. Now, before I end this video, I wanna talk to you guys about something really, really important. One thing that you guys are always talking about is how to protest against YouTube. I see a lot of you guys have Clippy profile pics. I see that a lot of you guys are signing petitions like on change.org. That's all great, but I actually thought of another idea on how we can use YouTube's new feature that they just added to actually protest against them, which is the hype feature. As I talked about in yesterday's video, YouTube has a new feature called hype where you can basically get points and hype up your favorite content creator's video and actually push it in the algorithm. They can actually be pushed inside of a chart that is going to be on the Explore page. And those are going to be videos that YouTube is going to be seeing and being like, oh, I guess these are the most relevant and well-received videos on the platform. Well, what if I made a video talking about all the problems on YouTube? We hype it up and we get it like #1 hyped video on the website. Fucking imagine that. To hype a video, it looks like this. You press the like button and then you see the hype this video option right there and you press hype. Keep in mind that you get 3 free hypes per week. I believe you can do it on the computer too, but I've only seen it on the phone right now, but maybe it'll take some time for them to roll it out. One of two things could happen there, and both of them will be W's for us. Either YouTube will suppress the video and not put it on the hype list, even if it has a lot of hype points, which will confirm one thing to us, that YouTube suppresses videos that are speaking out against them. I've already made that point before, and I've kind of shown proof in videos like this, but at the end of the day, it's all speculation in most people's eyes. But if I get enough hype points on a YouTube video and YouTube still suppresses it and doesn't even put it on the list, then we know for a fact that YouTube is suppressing videos that are against them. And imagine if they don't suppress the video. Imagine if the #1 most hyped video on YouTube is a video talking about everything they fucked up on. Imagine, it would be great. And trust me, I already know what some of you guys are thinking. Oh, you're just saying this so we can hype your video and your video's gonna go viral and you can make money. Fine. If you don't want to hype my videos, go hype somebody else's video that is criticizing YouTube, and let's try to do the same thing. Let's try to make a video criticizing YouTube constructively, of course. Don't just be like, oh, fuck YouTube, blah, blah, blah. Like, actually point out everything that's wrong with the website and let's hype that video up and push it out like that. So my next video after this is going to be a video breaking down piece by piece a lot of what I think is wrong with YouTube. YouTube's ID verification sucks. Hype this video or something like that, right? And let's try to make it the most hyped video of the week for YouTube and see if they actually put it on the #1 spot. So the #1 hyped video on YouTube would be a video talking about how much YouTube just needs to improve. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are on the situation in the comments. Be sure to leave a hype on the video if you enjoyed it, and make sure you guys are subscribed with notifications on so you guys know when that video will come out. This will be hilarious if we manage to pull this off. Take care of yourselves, guys, and I'll see you guys next time.